What a beautiful time to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea top their Champions League group. Todd Boehly is building a team of official Avengers to take over the world. Barcelona have dropped down into the Europa League for Thursday night football after pulling so many financial levers. They don't even know where they are anymore. And Tottenham got a last-minute winner ruled out. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan, and I hope you're doing well, mate. There's so much news to get into today. So welcome to Chelsea News, the daily series, of course, where I, who have got some celestial bright light on me today, look at the news, give you my opinion, more importantly, ask for yours. Bang, bang, we're talking about Georginio's new contract, which might be more welcome for some now than it had previously been. Chelsea announced Joe Shields in their continuation of putting together a team for world domination. Like I said in my previous video, I'd urge you go check that out if you're yet to do so. And Nizar Kinsella of The Standard has written about Chelsea's inquiry into Bruno Guimarães, of course the Newcastle player, who's very, very good at football. So, settle in, get comfortable, mate, pour yourself a drink if you want. Please do drop a like. Takes a little second. I know some of you have been slacking on dropping likes, so this is your opportunity to be like, oh yeah, should like the video because Jan's a top boy. You're welcome to subscribe should you choose to do so. You should hit that sweet, sweet bell. Sweet, sweet bell, baby. Bit too high, but we move. Where to start? Let's start on Georginio. Comments from Fabrizio Romano, of course, transfer guru. Caught offside posting about this. Long have we talked about Georginio's contract extension, and as things develop and we look at N'Golo Kante never playing football again and having surgery and seemingly never being fit, and Georginio playing in important wins, we're sort of leaning towards that, oh yeah, Georginio can be useful, provided you don't leave him standing in the pitch in transition where people play around him like a traffic cone. Provided you don't do that, he's very, very good, and the vibes are elite, man. He's a top boy, he's friendly, he's seemingly a great guy. So, caught offside, let's quickly jump into this quickly. Chelsea are in contact with the agent of Georginio over a potential new contract for the experienced Italy international, according to Romano in his exclusive offside column. Right, Georginio is currently a few months away from becoming a free agent as he nears the end of his Chelsea contract, but it seems the Blues remain in some dialogue with the player's representative over extending his stay at Stamford Bridge. Still, Romano suggests it's not a done deal, yet as the financial offer from Chelsea will be key for Georginio, who turns 31 this December. He will surely be aware that this could be his final big contract of his playing career. Pause. Yes, I get that. Though, him turning 31, it's important to note, with a player like Georginio, he's got no pace to lose, you know? And he's got no physicality to lose. He's slight, he's slow, but that's not what you play him for. So he's one of those players, you know, I mean, Modric plays old, but Modric runs all over the gaff and tackles and stuff, despite being like a regista as well. It's not in Georginio's game that, so it's not like, oh, he's going to lose all that. You feel like what he does well now, he will continue to be able to do well for a few years. And that's an important talking point. You know, Georginio has been a great servant for Chelsea, winning the Champions League, the Europa League, Carbao Cup and Super Cup. For one thing, as Romano points out, N'Golo Kante is also heading towards the end of his contract, so Chelsea should probably try to avoid losing both experienced first-team players. Quote, Chelsea are in contact with Georginio's agent. He loves the club, he loves London, but it will depend on the financial discussion. I think it would be smart for Chelsea to keep at least one of Georginio and Kante. They have quality, experience, and they can still help the team make a valuable contribution. Georginio's got 29 goals for Chelsea. 27, that's wild. I mean, 27 will be penalties, won't they? But, because I can only think of 2 open play goals he scored. Look, man, yes, of course, his agent is talking. His agent never friggin' stopped talking. Georginio's agent is one of those fellas that you just want to stop talking sometimes, you know. He's constantly flirting with Juventus and Napoli return and whatever, and Barcelona to be like, you know, the new regista in the Barcelona midfield. Look, We won't spend too much time on this. In fact, we won't spend any more time on this. You let me know, out of the two, Georginio and Kante, who are you renewing, if any of them? And, yeah, let me know what you think. Georginio, renewal, how long, etc. But let's move on. So before we talk about, before we talk about Bruno Guimarães, let's talk about Joe Shields. Chelsea have announced officially on their platform, social medias and their website, Joe Shields joins Chelsea. This is big. This is another one. They really are. They've not just got a sporting director in to work with, you know, Graham Potter and gang. They've literally building this group of people from different footballing backgrounds and footballing groups to build a global sporting project. Like I said in my previous video, look, let's read this. Chelsea have appointed Joe Shields as co-director of recruitment and talent. Shields joins from Southampton, where he was head of senior recruitment. Shields is responsible for the Saints' senior recruitment. Prior to his role at Southampton, Shields spent 9 years at Manchester City. Ooh. There's that thing again, if Todd Boehly hears that you've worked at either Manchester City, like the City Group, or the RB Group, Red Bull, he wants to hire you in his team of super friends. So there you go. So he was initially a academy scouting manager, and then became head of academy recruitment and talent management. Jesus, easy for me to say. Earlier in his career, he acted as a academy scout for Crystal Palace and Fulham, so he's, he knows his way around London, which is helpful. Shields will start a new role when his obligations with Southampton are complete. So this next bit is interesting. Excuse me. Chelsea chairman Todd Boehly and co-controlling owner Bedadik Barley said this. Joe is another great addition to Chelsea, and we're thrilled to have him on board. We have a clear plan and will adopt a modern and data-driven philosophy focused on elite emerging talent. They do have a plan, boys and girls. Elite planning, data planning, the same recurring words that keep popping up. We're assembling a deep and collaborative management team who are eager to build a continued, sustained winner at Chelsea. A sustained winner. Interesting English. Joe has a great track record and understanding of the game and emerging talent. We know we have another strong leader and a team player who will help us continue to build our world-class football organization. A world-class football organization. A huge team. A deep and collaborative management team. Really, yeah, it is like a superhero Avengers, style vibe. They're picking these people all around football and saying, look, you're going to work together for something special. You know what? To continue the Avengers theme, Todd Boehly's Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson in this scenario. He's going around finding who he needs and says, I'm putting together a special team of superheroes. Anyway, look, Joe Shields, another one through the door, co-director of recruitment and talent. Chelsea are now going to be plucking out the best players from all over the gaff to put into their footballing organisation, whether that's Chelsea's academy, development team, first team, or indeed Chelsea's upcoming satellite clubs, which will then feed into the mothership Chelsea. An incredible plan and an exciting proposition, a compelling narrative. Let's move on. So we're hopping over to the Evening Standard to read my boy Nizar Kinseller's article on Bruno Guimarães. And yes, that's the Brazilian Portuguese pronunciation. It's that kind of pronunciation. Chelsea, but also Real Madrid transfer battle to convince Guimarães as Newcastle want to give him a pay rise, a new contract. So bearing in mind, Newcastle are the big boys now. They've got loads of money. They're a state-funded club. Make your own opinions on that. But they're not a Premier League winner yet. They're not a Champions League winner yet. Do Chelsea have the muscle to pull away Bruno Guimarães, who, by the way, is one of the best players in the Premier League at the moment? He is very good. So let's read about this. Chelsea have expressed an interest in Newcastle midfielder Bruno Guimarães. But the Blues know they face a difficult fight to prize the Brazilian away from St James's Park. Guimarães has started for Newcastle since his £40 million move from Lyon in January, and this season he has played a key role in helping the Magpies charge into the top 4. Yeah, damn, they're in the top 4. They're above Chelsea! And he's a big reason for that. I think he was their first marquee, maybe their first signing, but like the marquee one. 40 million as well, going off, bang, 40 million pounds sterling for this guy from Lyon. Incredible player, though. Real Madrid are also eyeing a move for the 24-year-old, so yet to enter his prime, but he has 4 years left on his current contract at Newcastle, and their super wealthy Saudi owners are unlikely to let him leave. Unless you can make it worth their while, not just financially, but cultivating a relationship. Now, I only say this, and by the way, my stance on state-owned football clubs is bad. Many of you will know that from me. I did not want the Saudi media group to buy Chelsea, and I was quite vocal about that during the time of the takeover here on the channel. So I don't necessarily want to jump in bed with them, but I'm theorising here. We've already seen the Newcastle owners in the box at Stamford Bridge talking to Bedad Bali. If they cultivate a relationship of like, you know, you scratch our back, we scratch yours, you know, we'll give you a lot of money for Guimarães, and we want them, but you know what? We've got players that you want. We need midfielders, you need this, and, you know, let's cultivate a new friendship moving forwards. That's a theory. Real Madrid, so they're also eyeing a move for him. Chelsea and Real Madrid will both be aware Newcastle are ready to sit down and over a new contract, an increased 200k a week deal. I mean, had he come to Chelsea, we'd offer him that, no doubt. New Chelsea co-owners Todd Boehly and Clearlake have a long-standing relationship with Newcastle's owners and will tread carefully and respectfully over a possible move. There you go. Now saying it there. I had this in my last video. I'm just like, you know, I'm vibing off the article before it even reads to me. I'm writing it and then reading it. So they inquired about Guimarães after hearing Real Madrid could move to persuade the Brazilian international to make a high-profile switch to the Bernabeu. But that kind of was... Are Chelsea a top 4 rival for Newcastle? I mean, I guess we are. Do you want to strengthen a top 4 rival? You'd probably rather sell them to another league. Chelsea's interest comes in the knowledge they will need to sign new midfielders in the near future, and N'Golo Kante and Georginio are out of contract, of course. We've just spoken about Georginio. The clubs have begun talks with both players over new deals, but are yet to reach an agreement with either of the established players. Furthermore, Denis Zakaria could still opt to terminate his season-long loan in January after failing to make a single appearance from joining Juve in the summer. Man, that is weird. Denis Zakaria paradox, the conundrum, the mystery, the unsolved mystery of Denis Zakaria. A very strange one. I kind of feel bad for him. I was gassed on that. Borussia Mönchengladbach, Denis Zakaria was a good CDM, one that you think would help us out. Maybe that player's gone, ladies and gentlemen. His exit would make space in the squad with Borussia Dortmund's Jude Bellingham. Oh, we can dream. West Ham's Declan Rice, Ajax's Edson Alvarez, which of course we tried quite hard to sign in the summer, and PSV's Ibrahima Sangare, and Southampton's Romeo Lavia among their possible targets. I think we tried to sign Lavia, but apparently the 50 million bid was nonsense and silliness in the media. So saith Matt Law, I believe. Ooh, what do we think about this? Midfielders, good ones. I want them. So do you. I mean, Bellingham, Rice, and Alvarez, and Sangare to a lesser degree, I would really love. But Bruno Guimarães looks like the whole darn package in the Premier League. He can sit at the base of the midfield, do the defensive work, he can play make, and boy, he can score a goal. A lovely goal too. He's entering his prime. And I reckon if most Chelsea fans were offered the opportunity to sign Bruno Guimarães, they'd be like, oh yes, please. Now, it does seem unrealistic for the aforementioned reasons of Newcastle looking like a top 4 rival, and, you know, he's just signed for them last summer, etc., etc. But if there is some behind-the-scenes narrative that could create an opportunity for Chelsea to sign this player, I would very much be all for it. But I am keen to learn your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on everything I've spoken about in the video. Bruno Guimarães, Georginio contract, Joe Shields, the super happy Avenger Club at Chelsea. Comment down below in the comment section. I want to hear it, friends. Thank you for joining me today and offering me your sweet interactions of likes and subscriptions, etc., etc. Mate, it seems to be popping off at the Chelsea at the moment. So keep it locked. Turn on the sweet, sweet bell, baby. That was a better one. And yeah, man, see you soon. Peace.